everyone. So today's project on working with our hands is going to be replacing caulking on our baseboard in our kitchen. So the current caulk that we have right now was old, and I think it was probably wrong type of caulking that was used because it started to fall apart. And where it's at, it's right next to our dishwasher. So a lot of the, I think like the splash water um, kind of fell onto that edge and it started to fall apart and get dirty and grimy. So yeah, our project today is to replace the old caulking that we have on the baseboard and just apply some new caulking on it. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, guys. So the first step in getting this project started is to remove the old peeling, the old caulking. And for that, some of the some of the materials or some of the things that we're gonna need is we're gonna need a hard like a plastic scraper tool to remove to actually scrape it down, and then a utility blade to get into it to get the actual caulk separated from the wall and separated from the baseboard. And it's I'll show you as soon as we get to that to the closer part. We're gonna zoom in because you're gonna actually need a utility blade besides the hard scraping tool to really get in there and really get all of the caulk off it. And it's important because when we get to the next step of applying the new caulking, we want to make sure that our base and the wall are really clean. That way the glue, the caulking actually adheres everything. Um, because caulking has like a oil to it. So if it's not clean, if it's not dry prior, then when you apply that new caulking, it's probably gonna peel off as well. So we're gonna just try to make sure that we get all of this caulking, this old caulking off, and make sure that we have a good base, a good clean base that we can adhere and the new caulking can stick to nicely, you know? So yeah, um, I'm gonna get right into it, cleaning this, and more. And you can see where I was trying to peel it just using my hand, but you need to get in there with the actual knife sometimes to get the silicone separated from the wall. You see I peeled a little bit off here. And so we're scoring it from the wall and then scoring it again from the baseboard. And then there you go. There you go. There, looks a lot better. You can feel the line. I feel that old silicone. To be soap to make sure that I got all of it off, and scrubbing it with soap and just cleaning it off. So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna speed through this process. So I'm pulling away this silicone at the same time trying to cut under. Same time trying not to cut into the actual baseboard. Okay, so for this next piece, we're actually going to be filling the gap for our baseboard. So I got my silicone ready here, and I got my knife, and we're going to be cutting the tip at a 45-degree angle. And the reason why it's a 45-degree and obviously not a straight is because when we're pushing it down to fill the gap, we want that where we cut the 45-degree to be pushing into the actual crevice, to be filling it as much as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut mine. Okay. I'm just situating. All right. Okay. So one thing to note is I've already pushed the trigger down, and it's still giving or still pushing out. There's still pressure, so it's still releasing more epoxy or more silicone. So that's one of the things to notice as you're applying it. Know that there's still pressure being applied, and there's still going to be stuff coming out. So if you get to a point where you need to stop, remember the release button on the back right here, so you can stop applying the pressure and it will stop coming out, so you don't put too much in one spot. Okay, so let's go on ahead, and what we want, as you can see, I went ahead, and one of the tips that I received or I saw before was that putting the painter's tape just to make cleanup easier, and yeah, I'm all for that. The other thing is when I'm smoothing it, it's just going to be easier to just run my finger and just continuously just have it a nice, clean, smooth edging. So yeah, let's do it. So I just finished, and as you can see, my beading, my edging is not that great. Right now I got a clean rag, and I'm just going to be using my finger to smooth it out. Okay, just wet my finger a little bit and just go for it. Mm. And I'm really grateful that I got oof, the painter's tape on that portion. That's what your smooth finish should look like. That is what it looks like when it dries too quickly and you don't finish it.
Oh, done.